First of all, name of Allah. Hi. In this CSS tutorial, we will learn about CSS navigation bar. In body text, we will use heading level 1 and close the heading level 1 and use CSS. Underneath heading level 1, we will use open p element and close the p element and copy. And we will use dummy text just for learning. Copy, paste into paragraph, in first paragraph and second paragraph. Now we will use navigation bar. A navigation bar needs standard HTML as a base. We will build the navigation bar from a standard HTML list. So we will use open unordered list in short form UL, open UL tag and close the UL tag element. In between UL tag elements, we will use list li tag open and close the li tag. In between li tag, we will use a tag, h tag and equal double quotes and link home and close the tag a. Copy, we use the UL tag and li tag, basically a list of links. So using the UL tag and li tag elements makes perfect sense. We will use external style sheet css tutorial.css file and we will use ul selector, open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use list style type colon none semicolon, and after that we will use margin colon 0. After that padding colon 0 semicolon. Press the build button to save the external file. Index already saved, and go back to the browser and reload the page. A navigation bar does not need list markers. We will use display block li. In external style.css sheet we will use li white space a, open curly braces and close curly braces, and we will use display colon block semicolon. Display block, displaying the links as block elements, makes the whole link area clickable, not just text, and it allows us to specify the width and padding, margin and height etc if we want. And press the blue button to save the file. Index.html already saved. Go back to the browser and reload the page. Now we will use width colon 60 px semicolon. After that we will use background color colon gold semicolon. Save the file, go back to the browser and reload the page. 60 px block take the full width available. By default we want to specify 60 pixel width. We can also set the width of ul and remove the width of a tag, as they will take up the full width available when displayed as block. This will produce the same result. Padding column 8 px and 15 px semicolon. After that text decoration underline remove none semicolon, and text color change into column white semicolon. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. We will use page over. When user mouse over the link, its color will be changed. And we will use li selector, white space, a selector, and column, page over, open curly braces and close curly braces, and we will use background color, column, maroon, semicolon. After that, color, white, semicolon, and press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser, reload the page. Mouse over, and its color changed into maroon, and text color also changed into white. Li selector, white space, a, column, h over, and column, not, parentheses use, open and close. In between parentheses we will use class selector active, and open curly braces and close curly braces, and background color use column black and semicolon, and its color column white, semicolon. This class selector and active selector using first link class attribute use equal double quotes. In between double quotes we will use active selector, and center link and add border, open notepad plus plus, and we will use li selector. Li represent to li type, and open curly braces and close curly braces, text align, column, center. Li selector represent to li tag, open curly braces and close curly braces, and we will use text align. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. We will use li selector and column, last, hyphen, child, open curly braces and close curly braces, and we will use border. Now we will use li selector. Li selector represent to li tag, white space, a selector represent to a tag, and we will use class selector and use active, open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use background color, column, orange, semicolon. After that, color white, semicolon. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. We will change its place before paragraph, index.html, and cut and Control B for copy, and press the blue button to save the file, and use heading, heading level 2, and close the heading level 2. CSS name instead navigation bar, and we will use div, open div element and close the div element, copy this paragraph and paste underneath. Control V use for paste, copy text just for learning and paste underneath. this text, this paragraph, control V use, and now we will use div for name, create name bar, open development and close the development, open external file style.css, and we will use scroll up, body, open curly braces and close curly braces, background color column black, semicolon, and text color column red, semicolon. After that, font family hyphen family colon Arial, semicolon, and press the build button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. Now we will use its margin, ID selector use, and use div name, open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use border column 0px solid gray semicolon. After that, we will apply CSS on a paragraph. Selector use, para selector, open curly braces and close curly braces, and we will use border column 0px solid gray semicolon. Margin. Now we will use this ID selector and div name selector use in HTML elements, and this ID selector and this paragraph selector use in index.html file. First we use in name ID attribute use equal double quotes. In between double quotes we will use div name, and ID attribute use equal double quotes, and use selector para, which we used in external style sheet, this, and in index.html we will use in heading 2 inline CSS use style attribute use equal double quotes. In between double quotes we will use border hyphen bottom column 5px solid red. Press the build button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page, and check the style.css internal and div open and didn't close the. We will use forward slash. Press the build button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. We can use background color in para property and value, background, color, column, green, semicolon, and press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page, and we can change its font color and color, column, white, semicolon. Press the blue button to save the file. Index.html already saved. Go back to the browser and reload the page.